The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. So, Charles, you look at this offense. What a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Throwing is Manning on third down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On play action. Now Manning. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown Falcons. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
12 more yards there and another first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 15-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he'll just get rid of it.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Now it's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
This is taken just shy of the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Manning. Looking deep for Julio. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away.
And out of bounds, this will depend on where they spot it, and they'll say at the 45. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 33 yards that time.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Run it. 19.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
14.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
19.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, it's Wilson. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Taken from about the 12. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Manning. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Let's go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Manning going to throw.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. The Falcons at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Working from the gun, Manning. He finds Watson. It's caught.
Finding room at midfield. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Falcons are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a bounce.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Ojemudia. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
That solid gainer will put them on the doorstep of the end zone. More importantly, it gives them a fresh set of downs. Nice work right there.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll run here with Taylor, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. They're running the jet sweep with Jones. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? They'll try and run Taylor. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They got 8 yards out of it, but they're still left with a 4th and goal from a ways out. This situation in the 4th quarter, you go for it. But here, take the points.
If you go for it here and don't get it, you and I are missing our plane, and we're going to the post-game press conference to hear him justify it. Because the next thing we'll see is the owner walking in announcing a firing. There is no way he goes for it here. Get the field goal. It's the first half of the game. You've got time to make it up.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
A fairly short kick from the 14. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing is Manning. Steps away to his left. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Manning. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Let's go. 18, Pioneer. Trap 60.
On first down, Manning. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They go play action now. Wilson. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Second and 8 coming up.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that one complete downfield to Allen. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 35.
Go, 14.
Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
95, 95. Hey, 0, 0, 0.
They go play action with Wilson. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go. Good job right there. Good. One left.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Oh, hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Now a play fake. Manning. He'll complete this one to Watson. On the move past the 40. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run with Jackson out of the gun. Down to about the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That one complete to Hill. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Into the red zone now. Manning.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Manning. Open man is Ross, complete. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
Hey, 0-0-0.
On 1st down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. To throw is Wilson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. The Niners on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25.
12.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Jonathan Taylor
with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now a first carry for their fullback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Good solid gain on 1st down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll take this one up to about the 23.
But if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, he'll take that every single time.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 23-yard line. 109 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Flushed out right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. And they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understand. Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds at midfield, so a solid return to the 50.
And while all the momentum is with the team on offense, how about the guys on defense having to make a quick adjustment now? Bad field position for them with the ball out near the 50. They've got to know that the offense could strike big right here.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on third down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. He targets Ingram for another grab. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well, because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Go to the right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 36. That one goes for 24 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. They'll drop to throw. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. Now Fields. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Ravens 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets your point in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business. I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Off the RPO, he completes it. And out of bounds right around the 20. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here.
His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle.
And he lost the football. And the Ravens have got it.
And maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to him and knock it free and make it a turnover.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
From his own end zone, Fields. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fields this way up at the 17. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Fields now to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now on 2nd and 13.
Fields.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Back to throw, Fields.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. The drive will start with an option going left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick.
And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. First and 10, Taylor now.
And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And his kick here is good. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Let's go.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll keep it himself. He pitches it. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And some room to maneuver. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they got it 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Taylor trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's going to be shoved back short of the goal line. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think the 2nd...
And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Well, CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
The slot man in motion right. Here's Fields. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now a play fake here on 1st down. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. DK Metcalf, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
What a stand there defensively. They force the 3rd and goal, force them into what they think will be a passing situation, and then they make sure to lock up all the receivers and come away with the interception. Sounds simple, but that was really well done.
And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. To throw is Fields. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
4th down, Fields has to have this one. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now it's Fields. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Fields. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a 10-yard gain there to set them up 1st and goal.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. You ready for a Captain Obvious comment?
Let's go. Go with it, please.
He had the 5 picks last week. He's got to be much more pleased. Just the 1 interception. They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And not only is he pleased, his entire team is. Because throwing those 5 interceptions affects everyone. That's extra work for your defense and not enough possessions for your offense. He's flipped that ratio around in this game.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding. Let's keep the ball, keep their
blitz coming, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That passing incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. They're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to... He's got a man, complete! And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They